All right, let's talk about this, you guys. So, as you probably are aware, there's a standoff and 6 or so police officers were shot at and injured in Philadelphia. Well, now the mayor is calling for gun control action after the standoff. I did a little bit of digging, and apparently the suspect has a lengthy criminal history. Before we get into that article and we figure out what type of lengthy history this guy has had, let me sit there and say this. I am pretty sure, I don't know, I haven't researched this before talking to you guys, but I am pretty sure he wasn't supposed to own any firearms. And with that being said, the mayor of Philly is now talking about gun control. This is one of my biggest gripes and one of my biggest concerns about this discussion, that everyone is so focused on gun control. The people that shouldn't have the guns are going to get the guns anyways, okay? So all these mass shooting events, the people will still get the guns unless we remove all the guns from America, but Americans will not have that. That will not happen. You will not remove the guns from Americans indefinitely. But even if you do, there would be still ways to make and possess firearm type of things. Anyways, let's get into the article. The suspect in the Philadelphia standoff has a lengthy criminal history, district attorney says. Maurice Hill, the suspect in an hours-long standoff that left 6 Philadelphia police officers wounded, had a lengthy criminal record going back to the early 2000s, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said Thursday. Public court records show that Hill has a 12-page criminal record with a variety of charges, including burglary, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment of another person, and gun charges. Not all of the charges resulted in a conviction. Hill, 36, also has a record in the federal system, Krasner said, adding that he has not seen it for himself, but I have been advised for the record in the federal system includes a lengthy prison sentence in federal prison for weapons, he said. I think it's clear this man should not have been on the streets. So, if he was in federal custody on gun charges, that means that he should not have had a gun. You're not telling me that this man walked into a gun store and purchased a gun over the counter. If you are telling me that, you are part of the problem. There is no way in hell. How did he get the gun? He got the gun off the streets, like the majority of people do that shouldn't have guns. Look at Chicago. Look at places like that have complete restrictions on guns and how many guns are in that city. Anyways, let's get into the main article I was talking about. The Philadelphia mayor calls for gun control action after officers injured in standoff. This is by The Guardian. Olivia Millman and agencies. The mayor of Philadelphia has joined. Oh, before I get started in this, if you want better quality audio, I will give it to you. I have abilities to give it to you. But I don't want this to fall on deaf ears if I'm going to do that. So not only just liking, sharing, and commenting on this video will help that process occur, but I want to say if I get 4 videos that average about 100 views in a row, 4 videos, 100 views, I will definitely amp up the quality of the audio / video that you guys are seeing. But if that doesn't happen, I will continue doing what I'm doing here because it's easy, it's quick. I could produce the content quickly and get it out to you, okay? So anyways, the mayor of Philadelphia has joined a growing chorus of calls for America to take action on gun control after a dramatic shooting incident in which 6 police officers were wounded as they served a drug warrant. The officers were injured as a part of a night of drama which saw a tense standoff eventually resolved when the suspected gunman was taken into custody. It is believed he had an automatic rifle and he exchanged multiple bursts of gunfire. There we go. If he had an automatic rifle, then you can't get an automatic rifle as a normal citizen. You have to get a semi-automatic rifle. There are no automatic rifles. So gun laws, automatic, it's already illegal. In exchange, multiple bursts of gunfire with police, which saw civilians run for cover in a densely populated part of the city. That prompted Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney to call for greater restrictions on guns. Excuse me. Our officers need help. They need help with gun control. They need help with keeping these weapons out of these people's hands. The government, both on federal and state level, don't want to do anything about getting these guns off the streets and getting them out of the hands of criminals, he said. Kenney also attacked the gun rights lobby in the shape of the National Rifle Association, which has repeatedly worked to stymie almost every effort at gun control. And if the state and federal government don't want to stand up to the NRA and some other folks, then let us police ourselves. But they preempt us on all kinds of gun control legislation, he said. Our officers deserve to be protected, and they don't deserve to be shot at by a guy for hours with an unlimited supply of weapons and an unlimited supply of bullets. So it's disgusting, and we have to do something about it, he said. The calls come from recent twin mass shootings in El Paso, Dayton, and Dayton, Ohio, that have sparked yet another round of America's national conversation about its epidemic of gun violence and what to do about the heavy weapons that are readily available to millions of people across the country. The shootings that caused Kenney's ire began at around 4:30 p.m. local time on Wednesday. Hold on, let me just kind of skim through this. Police implored the women to surrender. Okay, now it's just talking about what had happened. But here, let's just look up real quick automatic gun laws, U.S. Because I believe that you can't get them. Federal assault weapons ban. There we go. Here we go. So if he actually had an assault weapon, I guess it expired in 2004. I don't believe it. No way. No way. No way. Automatic gun laws. I just see a bunch of loopholes and stuff. But I haven't seen anybody actually having an automatic gun. What we know about machine gun laws. Okay, dude, I just wished it would be like right here instead of all the stuff. Federal and state laws. More legislation regarding machine guns exists at the state level and can impose long prison sentences. In fact, fines of up to $250,000 and prison sentences up to 10 years can be instituted to those in possession of an unregistered machine gun. Connecticut is a small state of 4 million residents, but possesses the greatest share of machine guns nationwide with 52,962 registered. Their machine gun law details that the parts of a machine gun must be registered with the ATF. Connecticut residents may purchase machine guns if they are capable of a fully automatic only rate of fire. Any select fire weapon is considered an assault weapon. Oh, I guess you can in Connecticut. I had no idea. That's interesting. I don't know how true it is, but maybe I am dead ass wrong. But this guy, regardless, shouldn't have had them, and there's no way in hell this guy got them legally being indicted and served a federal prison sentence for having guns. So regardless, this man would have gotten a gun and had a shootout with the police anyways. It's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, he would have had it anyways, unless we removed guns. Indefinitely. Sorry, I'm just kind of going over this. Yeah, machine guns are heavily regulated, it says. Sam Purdy's executive director at Gun Owners of California said that machine gun owners are already under enough scrutiny. The federal government knows exactly how many machine guns are out there, and everybody who owns them, he told ABC News, adding that the background checks are extensive. It takes anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to have the privilege granted to you to buy one. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. I know you can get a machine gun, but it's super duper tough, and that's what I was trying to get at earlier. That you can possess, you could possess a tank or a bazooka, but you're going to have to go through extensive psychological and background checks, and I'm sure now they look at digital footprints to see if you're associated with any of these fringe groups or if you have any fringe type of ideas. But it's hard to get a machine gun legally. Now, if you wanted to get one illegally, I'm not saying it'd be all that difficult. You may cop a few good federal charges in the process, but I'm not saying that you can't get it. Yeah, you'll probably get caught, and you'll probably do 10 to 20 years in prison indefinitely. Yeah, but apparently this guy in Pennsylvania, it wasn't hard for him to get a rifle. So the mayor of Philly wants more gun control laws, even though this was an ex-federal convict that was federally prosecuted. Anyways, I'm just beating a dead horse. I'm just repeating the same shit. If you like this content, like I said, please like, share, comment on the video. If I get 100 views or more, I will definitely improve the quality of the audio. And yeah, until next time, be good, you guys. Bye. All right, let's talk about this, you guys. So, as you probably are aware, there's a standoff and 6 or so police officers were shot at and injured in Philadelphia. Well, now the mayor is calling for gun control action after the standoff. I did a little bit of digging, and apparently the suspect has a lengthy criminal history. Before we get into that article and we figure out what type of lengthy history this guy has had, let me sit there and say this. I am pretty sure, I don't know, I haven't researched this before talking to you guys, but I am pretty sure he wasn't supposed to own any firearms. And with that being said, the mayor of Philly is now talking about gun control. This is one of my biggest gripes and one of my biggest concerns about this discussion, that everyone is so focused on gun control. The people that shouldn't have the guns are going to get the guns anyways, okay? So all these mass shooting events, the people will still get the guns unless we remove all the guns from America. But Americans will not have that. That will not happen. You will not remove the guns from Americans indefinitely. But even if you do, there would be still ways to make and possess firearm type of things. Anyways, let's get into the article. The suspect in the Philadelphia standoff has a lengthy criminal history, district attorney says. Maurice Hill, the suspect in an hours-long standoff that left 6 Philadelphia police officers wounded, had a lengthy criminal record going back to the early 2000s, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said Thursday. Public court records show that Hill has a 12-page criminal record with a variety of charges, including burglary, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment of another person, and gun charges.